Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the NJSIAA State Playoffs Group 4 here on the campus of Egg Harbor Township, where the Eagles, the number 3 seed, will take on 14th-seeded Millville in a first-round playoff game tonight here on BFA Sports. Mike Gill, Doug Stasic, and our BFA crew set to bring you this matchup. EHT, the Cape Atlantic League champions, in this building on Saturday. They won for the first time ever in a thriller over St. Augustine. They'll play a scrappy 14-12 Millville team, Doug, tonight, but can't overlook the Thunderbolts. That will be the theme of this game tonight.
Well, Mike, I think for EHT, a hot win. They've been on a blistering streak coming off the Big Cal Championship, and you got to ask yourself, is this a dangerous spot where perhaps they look beyond the schedule, have a little bit of a letdown, Millville coming in at just the right time to pull what some might dub the Vegas Special?
Well, you look at EHT. Obviously, they were the 1 seed in the Cape Atlantic League playoffs last year. They got knocked off by Mainland. They don't want to have that happen for them tonight here against this Millville team, which obviously 14-10, you would look at their record and say, all right, EHT should handle business. But when you have teams from the same conference meeting in the playoffs, you always have an upset possibility. We've seen some upsets already. Ocean City got an upset in Group 3. They beat Timber Creek the other day. So that is EHT here. They are on upset alert, but this is a team that's coming off a big win against St. Augustine, and they look really good on Saturday.
Yeah, and the home cooking is really good here on campus for Egg Harbor Township. 12-3 on their own court and undefeated against all Cape Atlantic League opponents right here as we step aside for the playing of our national anthem.
All right, a great rendition of the national anthem here to get things started at EHT as the two teams will be introduced here. We have the starting 10 tonight, the starting 5. First off for the visiting Millville Thunderbolts, 14-10. Kaylon Foster, their leading scorer. Dante Smith, Raekwon Ford, Zaire Pickett, and their leading rebounder, Jaden Merrill, will be the 5 on the floor for the Thunderbolts. For EHT, a senior-laden lineup. DJ Gurman, of course, one of the top players, averaging 17 points per game. Jameel Wilkins, Jay Nelly Reyes, Keon Elliott, and Christian Rando, who hit that big three-pointer, probably the biggest shot that he's ever hit, to win that game against St. Augustine. Rando, Elliott, Reyes, Wilkins, Gurman for EHT. They are the home team dressed in white with black trim. The Thunderbolts dressed in blue and orange tonight as we get ready to take you through this Group 4 matchup for the Silver Eagles and the Thunderbolts.
Egg Harbor Township has been on a tear. You mentioned the Cape Atlantic League champions. 63-60 over St. Augustine, 55-41 over Mainland, 53-46 over Atlantic City, and 62-48 over Holy Spirit. You know, Mike, for the Thunderbolts, it's been a tale of two halves from the season standpoint, where the Thunderbolts came out on an absolute tear, 13-4 to start this 2022-23 campaign, but 1-6 as they've kind of backpedaled into the playoffs.
You know, these two teams have not met since the 2020 season. The last time they played, EHT won that game 58-55, but Millville had won the previous 4, so they are 4-1 against the Eagles going back to 2018, the last time they played. February 19th, 2020, which is exactly almost 3 years to the day that they'll play this one. EHT won that one 58-55. We know EHT is a senior-laden team. We'll see them tonight. All their seniors. In fact, all 5 starters in the lineup tonight for EHT are seniors, and a senior-laden matchup for them as well as senior, and the junior Foster. So only one underclassman on the court tonight.
Coach Campbell hoping this senior graduation tour is extended for a few more stops, and it all starts right here at home.
All right, Mike Latour, the head coach of Millville. Campbell is the head coach for the EHT Eagles. Eagles in white, Thunderbolts in blue. About to tip things off here on BFA Sports, here on the YouTube channel. As the Cape Atlantic League playoffs in the book, it's time for a state title run, starting right now as EHT takes the ball. They have it first, and they will walk it up. DJ with the ball into the corner. 3 ball up and down to start things off for Elliott.
Wasting no time. Keon Elliott. We're going to see a lot more of that tonight, as he was an absolute assassin from downtown all year long.
Smith fouled in the corner, loses the ball, 3-0 early start. Dante Smith, point guard, averages about 9 points a game for Millville. They have a very balanced scoring team. Foster leads the way with 11.1, Ford 10.7. So a couple of balanced scoring attacks for Millville. A lot of pressure in the man-to-man to start things off. Janelli Reyes putting pressure on the ball. Hands it off. Pickett spinning between the circles. A lot of pressure. Loses the handle. Tip to the left of the lane. Shot off balance. No good. Rebound. Snared down by Elliott in transition. Here come the Eagles into the corner. Rando. Top of the key. Swings. Elliott for 3. Front rim no good. Knocked out by Rando. Keeps it alive. Loses the handle. And Millville comes up with the steal.
Yeah, Elliott, 28 3-pointers, make it 29 to start the party. Now 1 for 2 from behind the arc early.
Ford walking it up for the Thunderbolts. He comes to the left, hands it off on the wing to Foster. He's their leading scorer. Cutter, paint, shot up and under, left-hand layup, no good, too strong, and the rebound is taken by DJ. Out in transition, Gurman leads it off, and the layup is up too strong, and the putback is no good, but a foul and a whistle. 6:38 left to play. Early first quarter, just the triple, and the first foul of the night sends Janelli Reyes to the line. 13 points, 5 rebounds this season for Janelli, another senior. They got 5 seniors in the starting lineup. Janelli Reyes at the free throw stripe. First one is good. So Reyes at the line. He'll get his second opportunity here. 4-0, early stages first quarter. Second one no good. Rebound, clears the glass, just Jaden Merrill. He averages 9.3 rebounds, 4th best in the Cape Atlantic League, plus a block. So EHC is going to have to figure out a way to keep him off the glass. Left of the lane, stops, left one float, no good. Tip up, no good. Merrill tipped it out, and DJ comes out with the rebound. Gurman leaves it, layup, strong. The deuce for Wilkins, and it's a quick 6-0 lead for the Eagles.
Yeah, this is just something that you're going to see across score sheets all year long at Egg Harbor Township. Total team effort, all 5 seniors contributing, and that's the case early on.
Smith bodies his way to the bucket for deuce, and they get their first 2 of the night. Back the other way come the Eagles. Reyes on the wing. Left-handed 3 is short. Rebound snared down by Pickett. Millville trails 6-2 with the ball, moving right to left, dressed in blue. Crosses the timeline to Ford. Ford streaks up the sideline, hands it off. Pickett between the circles. They get it off to Smith. Into the deep corner. Stolen away. Here come the Eagles in transition. Janelli, middle of the lane. Kick out for the 3, and he gets fouled in the paint with 5:21 left to play here in the quarter. First quarter action, 6-2 EHT. It's the 13 versus the 4, the 3 versus the 14, EHT looking to make a deep Group 4 playoff run, wide open is this bracket. They get into the corner, catch, shoot, 3, good. And a 3 by J. Nelly Reyes. He's got 4 of EHT's 9.
And Coach Latour for Millville might have a quick decision to make here, Mike. 2 fouls already from their leading scorer in Foster. This could be a very transitional moment early on in this.
Smith, top of the key, left of the lane, fade away, bounces off the glass, spins down for Jaden Merrill. Boy, he got that thing to toilet bowl its way down. Back the other way, EHT trying to keep the pace up.
Only team Egg Harbor Township really had trouble with all year long was a game against Cherokee when they kept the scoring down and it became a defensive struggle.
Long 3, front rim, no good. Dante Smith clears the glass. 9-4, Smith spinning, right-hand shot, blocked away. Gurman with the board, streaks, coast-to-coast layup is blocked, but a foul on Jaden Merrill. And Merrill picks up his first foul, team 3rd, and that'll send.
Yeah, you'll see the block party started right here. Just a big swat by the transfer, Jamil Wilkins, and making big-time impact early on here in Egg Harbor Township.
So Merrill gets whistled for the foul. DJ at the line, averages 17 in his senior season. One of the top scorers, number 6 in the Cape Atlantic League. His first points of the night at the free throw line gives EHT a 10-4 lead, 4:22 left to play, first quarter. Second shot is good.
Yeah, Gurman has been the catalyst for this offense through the Cape Atlantic League tournament. 23 against Atlantic City, 19 against Mainland.
11-4, tipped away, another steal, outlet. Eagles, another layup. J. Nelly Reyes with a deuce and a timeout. Millville, 4:08 left to play, 13-4. The Eagles lead right here on BFA Sports.
We live in a community that cares. We make sure everyone eats, everyone plays, everyone stays warm, and everyone is protected. We support our youth in organizations that teach the value of community and self-worth. We make strides against breast cancer every day. Together, in this community, we make a difference. RK Chevrolet, RK Kia, and RK Subaru, proudly serving our community since 1982.
Back at Egg Harbor Township, some game-changing performances, and it's a great time to change the way you score the game. Game Changer, the official scoring app of BFA Sports. Download it to your favorite iOS or Android mobile device at gc.com.
13-4 out of the timeout. EHT showing a little pressure coming out of the timeout. J. Nelly Reyes, there's the traps. Dribbles through it, runs into his man into the middle of the paint. Now the ball's tipped away and then knocked out of bounds by J. Nelly Reyes. Good hands.
Defense by Egg Harbor Township just swarming. They play with such great chemistry as a unit, backing each other up. Great backside rotation, and already a 9-point lead.
Kick out, high arcing 3. It hits off the top of the sanction as Jabbar Barriento enters the game for the first time off the bench.
Barriento often a starter in the Millville Thunderbolt lineup, the 6th man tonight.
Cross court into the corner, catch, shoot 3, off the rim, no good. Rebound taken down by Pickett.
Egg Harbor Township feeling pretty comfortable with a 9-point lead. Very fluid in running their offense and happy to take these long threes from the outside.
Barriento into the paint. 3, lefty, no good. Rando trying to run it down, and Merrill tips it out of bounds. It'll go back to EHT as Merrill tipped it out last. 13-4, 3:16 left to play, first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, the front court, Mike, of Millville, Foster and Merrill combined for 13 rebounds a game. I'm surprised they're not trying to force the issue and stay low at the basketball instead of trying to shoot from downtown.
Rando lost his footing, kick out. Snap pass into the paint, J. Nelly Reyes. A deuce, he's got 8. Pressure. Reyes on the ball. Crosses the timeline. Merrill, the dunk, too strong. Outlet. Reyes, too far, and a quick turnover. Back-to-back they go, 15-4. Merrill went up for the dunk, couldn't get it to flush.
Yeah, Merrill trying to spark his team's offense here, turn some heads. Now Millville with another opportunity with the basketball, trying to close the gap.
Now EHC smells blood in the water. They're pressing. Smith trying to dribble through it. He throws it up to Pickett. Pickett all the way to the basket. He comes up short. There's the outlet. DJ. Bounce pass. Streaking for the layup. It's no good, but Nelly is there. Jay Nelly, double digits with 10 on the putback.
Early on, going to run out of room in the scoring column in the first quarter for Reyes.
Tipped. Merrill. Too strong. Merrill shot blocked away. Rando. Snap pass. Jay Nelly loses the handle as EHT looks like a well-oiled machine tonight. 17-4 with 2:02 left to play. Look at the game-changer replay.
The Eagles just playing inspired basketball. Gurman getting it done on both ends. And now trying to set up the transition, and now another opportunity to go to the line and get some free throws.
Jay Nelly Reyes has 10, looking to extend this EHT lead. They have been outrunning. First shot no good from the line. Jay Nelly Reyes averages 13 points a game. He's got 10 here in the first quarter of their 17. Second shot good.
You got
Make it 11.
You got to think that knowing they're a 3-seed in Group 4, if they can continue to win, they could make a run on their own home court. They're playing inspired basketball in front of the home crowd, and you can feel the energy in the air.
Smith, little 2-on-1, and there's a big jam from Merrill, and he has 4 of the 6, and that one he flushed easily. So Jaden Merrill averages 8.8 points a game, near steal on the backside as EHT is going to make their first sub of the night. Jake Karp into the game for the first time.
Yeah, Karp going to check in. He's going to give Jay Nelly Reyes a bit of a blow here, just over a minute 38, and why not?
Well, he scored 11 of the 18. Someone's going to have to pick up the scoring here. DJ Gurman over to Karp. Karp thought about a 3, puts it on the floor, gives up the dribble. Bounce pass to DJ, cuts the lane, runs into Merrill, turnover. Pickett. 1:15, Millville trails by 12.
Yeah, a nice substitution here by Cam Bell. It brings in Karp, the youngster, off the bench, knows his job, used to set up the assist, run the offense, and play nice point defense. See if he can put the pressure on here.
Into the corner. Layup, strong. Pickett, the deuce. 10-point lead now. They cut it. 18-8. Gurman walking the ball up the floor with a 10-point lead. Under a minute to play, first quarter. Wilkins on the far sideline.
Looks like they're happy to set up for the last possession of the first quarter with a comfortable 10-point lead.
No doubt. 22 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. 18-8, handoff. Nope. Good defense. Millville denying on the perimeter.
The Thunderbolts very comfortable playing against the press because it sets up to play transition basketball.
8. DJ off the glass. No. DJ put back good. Gurman with 4. As that shot hits the top, one of the rafter spots up here at EHT. That's how we end the first quarter with the score. EHT 20, Millville 8 here on BFA Sports.
When it comes to taking care of your physical wellness, maintaining good health of your bones and muscles, you want a team of doctors you can trust and who hold themselves to the highest standards. At Premier Orthopedic Associates, we believe that you should live life at your best. Our team of non-operative and operative orthopedic specialists strive for the highest standards, exceptional outcomes, and happiest patients. Come and experience the Premier difference.
About to start the second quarter, EHT doesn't look like a letdown here tonight. 20-8 so far. They look like they are ready to make a deep run. They have a very well-oiled offense going for them, and they've had a pretty good defense, giving up just 8 points in that first quarter.
Yeah, 4 of their starting 5 already in the scoring column. No one hotter than Jaden Ellie Reyes. We're going to need some extra columns if he continues this one. And DJ Gurman with 4, Jamil Wilkins with a bucket, and Keon Elliott 1 for 2 from three-point land.
EHT gets into the game for the first time tonight as well. Eugene Allen, the 6'4 senior, is in, wearing number 30.
If you're Millville here, you got to try to take advantage of the fact you got some athleticism down in the front court. Why not start to pound the ball down low between Foster and Merrill? We've seen Merrill flush one, go up for another. You got to try to start dominating downtown. You have a little bit of a size advantage, and now it's time to leverage it.
20-8, Millville with the ball. They can get a triple here. They'll cut it under double digits. They've been kind of playing from behind all night long here. EHT got out early and hasn't looked back.
Coach Campbell deploying his signature man defense.
Merrill catches the inbound. Knocked away and near steal. Jamil Wilkins. Good hands in the passing lane.
Yeah, the backcourt of Smith and Ford for the Thunderbolts combined for an average of 5 assists per game. Just haven't been able to complete the play.
Snap pass, Merrill between 2 defenders, and it's ripped away by Elliott. The outlet to Jane Ellie Reyes, and the layup is short, and the rebound is knocked out of bounds. Boy, Reyes had an easy deuce there, and he came up short.
Might have been shocked to know how open he really was. Beautiful outlet pass to get beyond the defense. Beat Millville back, but the Thunderbolts lucky now to have another opportunity to close this gap as they trail by 12.
Smith with the left hand. Smith goes baseline. He spins. He loses the hander. Merrill comes up with it, and then Jane Ellie with the steal. Outlet. Spins back out and restarts the offense. 20-8, EHT with the lead and the ball, dressed in white. They're going to try to set something up here against a zone 2-3 from Millville. They switched it up. Millville with a near steal gets the hand in the passing lane. Rando going to check back in momentarily. DJ between the circles. 2-3 look from Millville. They dribble to the middle of the paint, and a nice bucket by Jane Ellie Reyes, who's continuing to light it up. He's got 13.
Millville going to have to contest the ball from outside, continuing to keep Egg Harbor Township enticed with shooting the long ball. If they get in that paint like that all night long, this game's going to be out quick.
3-2 now by EHT. Shot up, down for the foul as he runs right into Keon Elliott, but he'll get to the line. A 3-2 defense by EHT. And the foul is going to be on Elliott, his first. Team's first, 22-8. Millville trying to chip away from the free throw line here. Barriento, first free throw, no good.
Well, if you're Millville, you want to play an aggressive style on offense, you got to take advantage of these free opportunities from the charity stripe, especially now down 14.
Kevin Rivera checked in for Millville. Second free throw is good.
Coach Latour of the Thunderbolts trying to mix it up, perhaps ignite the offense. Hadn't got much out of the starting 5 on the floor, so trying to give Egg Harbor Township different look, get some different matchups.
Jaden Dixon into the game for EHT. He's wearing number 22. Gurman. Jane Ellie Reyes, layup. Boy, Jane Ellie Reyes is feeling it tonight. 15 of the 24 have come from number 3. Corner 3 is short. Rebound taken down by Dixon just into the game, into the stat column. and the layup is good. Wilkins with 4 and the foul.
The senior just finishing some great transitional basketball, draws the contact, great angle, and they called an offensive foul.
Yeah,
so it looked prettier than what it actually was.
Right. I mean, at first it sounded like, or looked like he called the foul on Millville, but they're going to get him for an offensive foul. So Wilkins take the 2 off the board. Makes it 24-9.
Oh, it'll be his first, team second foul.
Kind of a 3-2 look for EHT. Millville at the top of the key. Trapped in the corner. Another couple dribbles, middle of the paint, and that shot comes up short. DJ with the rebound. Here he comes in transition. Crosses the timeline, coast to coast, leaves it off. J. Nelly Reyes is fouled.
Oh, Reyes is going to go to the line yet again. This time they pick up tempo. He does a great job with a hesitation move to draw some contact. He's going to go to the line for 2. And that is the first foul charge to Dante Smith. Team's 5th.
First free throw from J. Nelly Reyes is good. He's got 16 of the 25. By the way, Doug Dowdy's in the game for the first time from Millville, wearing 4.
Dowdy, a fan favorite of Millville, off the bench. When they're playing out in Millville, usually the crowd comes to their feet, so perhaps Dowdy going to try to get things going for the Thunderbolts.
17 for Reyes as he hits the free throw. 26-9.
I'm like, this senior group for Egg Harbor Township really has a feel of an old school Michigan Fab Five. On any given night, it could be anybody's night.
Couple dribbles. Short on the layup. J. Nelly Reyes, coast to coast, and he takes a shot to the bucket, and a double dribble is the call.
Oh, Coach Campbell wants an explanation as he can't understand why it's a double dribble. Had a more of a Euro step feel to it, but nonetheless, referees don't agree.
You know, you take a look around this gym in EHT, no sign of the boys basketball team has a foul down in the paint. They are trying to get a banner up there for the first time. You see ladies basketball, golf, softball, crew. No hoops, man. No hoops in here. Campbell trying to change that. First Cape Atlantic League championship on Saturday. Looking for more. First free throw is good.
Foul charge to number 0.
Rivera. Second free throw coming. Hits a pair. 26-11 after the free throws. 4:53 left to play here in the half. Gurman. Off for Elliott. Behind the back, left of the lane. Dixon for 3. Rattles it and out, no good. Rebound corralled by Smith. Up the far sideline. Slows down the pace. Ford looks at the zone. Uses the screen. Goes baseline. Stopped. Fade away. No good. Put back. And blocked away. Kick out. Dowdy puts it on the floor. Tries to get around Rando, who goes baseline. Out to Dowdy. Catches. Puts it on the floor. Leaves it out for Smith. Back to Ford. Ford crosses over to the middle of the paint. And he gets greeted by Rando and Elliott. Lost the handle. Just a little too much size in the middle for Ford to get a crack. And now they're going to get some size into the game as Merrill checks back in. So Merrill in for Ford. And also into the game is Foster. He's their leading scorer this year. Has yet to score. Gurman, what a spin move with the left hand. Good. And if that gets going, you're in some trouble. 6 points for DJ Gurman.
It's pick your poison when you're playing against these seniors from Egg Harbor Township. Again, they just know how to find the open man, selfless basketball, and take what the defense gives you.
Dowdy. 28-11, all EHT. Thought about a 3, and he took steps. Didn't know if he wanted to go for the three, put the ball on the floor, but EHT has Millville rattled right now.
It just can't find an answer. It's like solving an old school Rubik's Cube right now. You keep turning, you keep moving it around left to right, and you just can't find an opening against this defense. They're just suffocating.
And a timeout on the floor, 28-11, 3:29 left to go. EHT is in control of this one so far, and Millville really hasn't been able to get going from anywhere. They have not enough size in the paint to take the ball to the basket, and they haven't got the three to fall. In fact, they have not hit a three all night.
No, they're looking for Coach Latour to come up with some design to see if they can reconstruct this offense. And if you're looking to redesign or reconstruct your kitchen, well, hit up our friends Keith Bernhardt and the team at Tri-City Kitchens, tricitykitchen.com, located in Vineland, serving all of South Jersey and beyond. Check out their beautiful gallery. Whether you're at the shore or you're somewhere in South Jersey, give them a call, tricityKitchens.com.
28-11, EHT in control with the ball. Janelli Reyes, the story, 17 of the 28 for EHT tonight. But DJ Gurman, who just had a beautiful spin move to the basket, you get him going, and it could be lights out. Baseline layup blocked away by Merrill.
Great move by Eckhart Township, immediately seeing an opportunity against some size differential and try to attack Dowdy.
Fade away, and Foster, his first bucket. He's the leading scorer for the Thunderbolts with 11 tonight. Wilkins almost lost the handle. Millville switches to the man. Janelli Reyes working on Smith. Left of the lane, loses the handle. It stays with EHT. 2:47 left to play here in the first half. EHT will inbound the ball with Janelli Reyes as the trigger man. Wilkins restarts the offense. Right by Dowdy, loses the handle. Dowdy gets the pick. Here come the Thunderbolts. Coast to coast, left-hand layup is good. Dante Smith trying to cut into the lead. 25-15, back come the Eagles. Over to Rando. Rando back to the corner. This man-to-man defense looking for some steals. Gurman, and he is fouled on the floor. And the foul is going to be called on Kevin Rivera. It's a tough ask for Rivera, who is a senior, 6 foot.
Rivera's first, team 6th here in half number 1.
Inbound to the basket, blocked away by Merrill. Little weak side help.
Merrill's been a force on both sides of the floor, down low. They've given it to him offensively. We've seen him bring one home and dunk it. That's a big block. And it would be good to see Millville try to leverage his athleticism down low.
28-15, Reyes with the ball. 2-3 zone from Millville. They've been switching back and forth. Looks like a 2-1-2 here.
Yeah, they're flooding to the strong side of the offense.
3 ball up, Merrill with the board. A host of Thunderbolts with the board there. Smith crosses over, left hand layup is good. Smith has 6, they got it back down to 11.
Millville trying to close out this first half strong.
And a foul going to be called on Dante Smith with 1:36 left to play, and that will be the 7th foul, so we'll be in a 1-and-1 situation as Jake Karp re-enters the game, and DJ Gurman takes his first seat of the evening. He sits down with 6 points. The 1-and-1 sends Keon Elliott to the line. He hit the first 3 of the game to open up the scoring. He hasn't scored since. So here's Elliott, a 6'4" senior. Free throw's no good. Merrill comes down with the board. Merrill, number 4 in the Cape Atlantic League in rebounding, and you can see why. He has had a nice night cleaning the glass, splitting defenders, heading to the basket, and fouled en route to the bucket. is Dante Smith, who's got 6, and now he gets to the line and gets a chance to cut this lead under double digits.
Yeah, nice work here by Smith. I mean, he's just using slashing to his advantage, taking it hard to the hoop, trying to get the easy layups, but in this case, going to get a chance to shoot 2 here, and we could go back into single digits. That's the second foul charge to Christian Rando.
The left-hander connects on the first, makes it a 10-point game. Dowdy takes a seat. Back comes Raekwon Ford. Dante Smith, 8.9 points per game. He's another senior. In and out, no good on the free throw, but Merrill gets the board. Spin, Smith, lefty, shot, short, rebound. Elliott, transition. Here come the Eagles. 1:13 to play. Elliott drives, loses the handle, picks it back up, shot too strong, rebound, Raekwon. Ford crosses the timeline. Now he pulls it back out with 1 minute left to go here in a half. A 10-point game. Millville hanging in there. Thought about a 3. Now a long 2, and it might have been blocked away, and then it was tipped out of bounds, and it'll go back to EHT.
Yeah, questionable shot selection that time by the Thunderbolts. I know you're feeling it if you're Dante Smith, but in that situation, got a chance to push this game into single digits. Maybe one extra pass is what Coach Mike Latour would have been a little bit happier with.
Dixon in, Wilkins out with 52 seconds left to play. Here in a half, a 10-point EHC lead. They have the ball. Reyes looking for the play. Maybe one for EHT here with a 10-point lead. J. Nelly Reyes, 17 points with the ball. Crosses over with the left hand, goes to the foul line, loses the handle, kicks it back out. Dixon over to Karp. And Campbell wants a timeout. In fact, he was on the floor, not only asking for the timeout, he almost asked for the ball.
I thought he was. I mean, I thought they were running a 6-man offense as far out as he was. I think it's a full timeout that's going to be called with under 30 to go in the first half here in Egg Harbor Township.
(28-18), EHT calls timeout. Look, Millville's got themselves back into this game. They cut the lead to 10, and Campbell wants to talk things over, try to get a bucket here before he goes into the locker room.
Yeah, give the Thunderbolts credit. Never gave up. They've been very comfortable, taking advantage of playing more of an up-tempo type of game. They've found opportunities down low, shied away from some of the long balls, and just pound, 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 and slash the lane, go to the free throw line, and try to make some shots.
Millville 14-10, EHT 23-5. This is a 3-14 first-round matchup in the NJSIAA state playoffs.
In the corner.
20 seconds, J. Nelly Reyes. 15 seconds. Working on Smith. Reyes spins, 9 seconds. Here comes the screen. In the corner, Karp for 3, got it. What a play set up, and Campbell feels pretty happy with the result. He sets the play up, and Karp connects to give EHT a 31-18 lead at the half.
The sophomore.
As I became an orthopedic surgeon over the last 25 years, I discovered something interesting. Our female athletes would have many more ACL injuries than our male athletes. These were discovered first when the NCAA, as well as the female basketball players in the pros, were watched when they would land after getting rebounds. When they would land with their legs more knock-kneed, while the male athletes would land with their legs more separated, a much safer way to land when you're protecting your ACL and trying to prevent anterior knee pain. Let's take a look at our athlete and see if she has any of these issues going on with her today. Our female athletes tended to land with their legs more knock-kneed.
Mic is off, correct?
This knock-kneed landing tended to place more shearing stresses across the anterior kneecap, as well as, more importantly, their ACL. Landing with the knees coming in is very dangerous for their ACL and causing anterior knee pain. Landing with the knees in a more separated position is a much safer way of landing, and they can practice this by jumping off of boxes and landing in a much safer position. This will protect your female and male athletes from injuries. Let's try that with the landing in a better separated position this time. Perfect. Again. Again. Perfect. We laid our athlete back and we give them a little stretchy band. These are exercise bands that can be obtained either online or at your physical therapist shop, and you can come and see us for picking them up as well. This band is tied and they come in different colors which have different strengths. It's tied right around the knees, and then we have the athlete push apart against the resistance of the bands. You're going to have them do several of these, 3 sets doing almost 20 of them. Go ahead and do those. Perfect. You're doing it nice and controlled, and what you're strengthening is the muscles around the hip. We're going to show you one more of these different exercises while doing it standing. The next exercise to build strength in both the muscles of the hip as well as the muscles of the vastus medialis is this mini squats. Your athlete is going to stand with a band around their knees, and they're going to squat down to about 45 degrees. And then by doing that, you can even toss a ball back and forth to them where they're going to push against the resistance of the band. Go ahead and do a couple of those. Perfect. And by doing that, you're going to build the strength in both the muscles around the knee as well as the muscles of the hip. This is a perfect exercise, and we're going to show you one more modification of this that really helps build strength in the hips. Now there's lateral strides with the band around their legs. These are further going to build strength in the muscles of the hip as well as the muscles of the knee. As they're striding, they're getting down in a small squat and going sideways. Again, you can add in increased dexterity by passing the ball back and forth to your athlete while they're doing it. And remember, these exercises are good both for your female and your male athlete. I suggest you videotape your athlete landing, focusing at the knee, so you can give them cues as whether or not they're landing in a safe position. Have them do it multiple times, and by doing the strengthening exercises and the muscle memory will build that they'll land in a much safer position. And you guys won't have to see me to do your ACL reconstructions. Good luck, and keep those exercises going.
This ain't a game, I came with the game. Look how we run it. The hustle and pain is just not the same. I came from the gutter. Ayy, whole team limitless. Never settle, we above. Whole crowd showing love. Yeah, up. We on the up. Team going up. We run it up. We on the up. Up. We on the up. Up. We on the up. Team going up. We run it up. Team going up. We on the up. We on the
We live in a community that cares. We make sure everyone eats, everyone plays, everyone stays warm, and everyone is protected. We support our youth in organizations that teach the value of community and self-worth. We make strides against breast cancer every day. Together, in this community, we make a difference. RK Chevrolet, RK Kia, and RK Subaru, proudly serving our community since 1982.
Just about 30 seconds away from the second half, Coach Alan Ragland and Athletic Director Jamal Edwards of Atlantic Cape. The Buccaneers, of course, home of Buccaneer basketball here on BFA. I know they're looking at a couple of the guys interested in suiting up for the Buccaneers.
Always scouting, man. Always working. I know they're still in their season, but it's a two-prong, man. You're coaching games, practicing, and finding the next level of talent. They've really done a good job turning that program into not only turning it around, turning it into a top JUCO program.
Yeah, a lot of guys leaving the halls of Atlantic Cape, going on to bigger, better things. David Coit, of course, one of the best. He's jumped up to Division I basketball as well, so they're waiting on their seeding for the playoffs in Region 19 action. So we'll find that out tomorrow.
We're in the playoffs here, 31-18 to start the second half. EHG leads Millville in the Group 4 playoffs as we start the third quarter here on BFA Sports. Jaden Reyes has been the story, 17 points in the first half. He's got 17 of the 31 for EHG. Millville needs to find a way to kind of shut him down while connecting themselves. They have yet to hit a three in this game. EHG has 3 triples.
Yeah, Jaden Merrill and Dante Smith have been the 1-2 punch for the Thunderbolts. Going to need more of that, especially when you got to answer the call like the 3 ball from Keon Elliott.
Well, he opened the first quarter with the 3, and he opens the third quarter with a 3. 34-18 on that triple.
He's got 6, 2 of 3 behind the arc.
Millville cut the lead to 10 at halftime. Spinning, looking for the hoop, and nice body control in midair by Dante Smith. He's got 9 of the 20.
Smith just been the captain of this offense here in Egg Harbor Township. He has been the answer every time Millville's needed one.
Right on his average of 9 points a game. Wilkins pulls it out. Takes it to the basket, cut off, Rando, 3, bang. Rando's first bucket of the night.
That's his 42nd 3 of the season.
He had a big one on Saturday, and that's his first on this Tuesday night. Merrill spins, doubled, looking for some help, kicks it out. Smith between the circles, veers to the right, hands it off for Ford at the foul line. Foster, they've kind of shut Foster down tonight. He has just 2 points. He's the Millville leading scorer. Smith all the way to the basket. The left-hand shot is blocked away by Jaden Reyes, and it goes out of bounds. 6:12 left to play, 37-20. EHT leads Millville with the ball. They inbound the ball to Merrill, and Merrill gets positioned. The foul is on the floor first.
Went in on a 10-point game at the half. It's hard to look up the scoreboard right now and think that it's swelled to 17.
Merrill spins, baseline, jam with the right hand.
My goodness.
Boy, Merrill with a couple of jams tonight. He has been a handful when he's got the ball in space.
Well, the college coaches in the stands tonight, you got to think they love what they see from the big man, number 33, Merrill, with authority.
Saw it there on the game-changer replay. There's where you need Ragland on the video to see his reaction to the big man jam.
I can't tell you what he revealed at the halftime, Mike, but I would say he likes what the kid looks like in a uniform.
6'6" senior. 37-22, 5:55 left to play. Gurman hands it off. Elliott right in the lane. Stolen away. Ford, coast to coast, loses the handle. Ball on the floor off of Rando's foot. It'll stay with Millville.
Coach Campbell, very, very emphatic about that call.
Merrill nearly lost the handle. Merrill puts it on the floor, crosses over between 2 defenders. And Merrill now saying, I can play a little center, I can play a little guard if you want me to, a little wing.
He's got a great first step, certainly very explosive, great body control when he's in the air.
Third foul.
That's one charge to Rando.
Rando's third, sorry. Prickett loses the handle, stripped away. Gurman trying to start the break. Collides with Ford, crosses him over at the foul line. Spins, kick out. Into the corner. Elliott, 3-ball. Too strong. Rebounds taken down by Pickett. Pickett crosses the timeline between the circles. 37-22. Thunderbolts 14-10, the 14th seed. Looking for an upset on the road on a Tuesday night here in EHT. 2-3 zone from the Eagles. Long three, off the mark. Rebound DJ. Crosses the timeline, puts it into another gear, and he's fouled way out there by Raekwon Ford. Ford picks up the foul, his first, team's first here in the second half. 4:50 left to play, 37-22. The state playoffs underway. Take the journey with us. A lot of local teams, Mainland, Ocean City, EHC, St. Augustine, Holy Spirit, St. Joe, Hamilton, Middle, everybody lower. Gurman shot as he just throws one up, and he can't get it to fall. It hit everything but the middle of the net. Ford crosses over, baseline, floater, too strong.
Millville doing a good job of attacking the hoop. They're just not getting the buckets that are 6 and 7 feet away.
Sideline. Elliott, scoop shot, no good, foul. Caught that in rhythm in the middle of the paint. He's fouled by Foster. We'll get to the line. Foster whistled for the foul. It's Millville's second. Foster's third. He had 2 quickies. He's the leading scorer on the season, 11.1, but he's got just 2 in tonight's game. Free throw, good. Elliott has 2 triples and that free throw for EHT. Couple changes as Eugene Allen jumps into the game.
Coach Campbell certainly aware of what Foster brings to the table, and you can see defensively this was the setup to try to make some of the other Thunderbolts beat them.
Free throw short. Merrill with the board. 38-22. Millville trying to hang around. They need some buckets. Left of the lane. Shot high off the glass. Too strong. Rebound. Ripped down by Allen. Transition. Here come the Eagles. 38-22. They lead halfway through this third quarter. Jane Ellie hasn't scored here in the third quarter after 17 in the first half. But the Eagles have extended their lead from 10. Reyes, left of the lane. Floater, good. Right when we tell him he hasn't scored, he gives me a deuce. 19 for Janelli Reyes. The senior having a big night here in the playoff. They lead by 18. Pressure now from the Eagles. Cross court, Merrill. Into the game is Kevin Rivera. Bounce pass over to Smith. Smith, man-to-man defense now from EHT.
Millville trying to be a bit more deliberate in their approach offensively, but down 18, they're going to have to pick up tempo. Not going to have a lot of time to sit in a half-court offense.
3 on the way. Their first triple of the night. Dante Smith trying to keep him around. He's got 12. They cut the lead to 15.
They're going to lean on him, and he's going to have to step up in a big way if they're going to stay in the game. Of course, the winner of this contest awaits the winner of number 6 Cherokee and number 11 ACIT on Thursday.
ACIT, another local product in the playoffs here. AC's in there as well. A lot of local teams trying to make a run through the NJSIAA playoffs, which are underway. Got underway yesterday, Group 4 tonight. Reyes, the floater. Reyes! 21 for Janelli Reyes. Steal, DJ, layup, short, rebound, and good. 8 points for DJ, 44-25. The press. Millville with 2-on-1. Merrill, too strong. They'll get to the line. They'll try to put a pin in that balloon for a minute there. Boy, EHT dialing up the pressure, if you will. And Millville finally gets a breather. 44-25. Merrill at the line. Jaden Merrill averages 8.8 points and 9.3 rebounds a night. He makes the first free throw. Give him 7.
It's one that Merrill's going to look back and wish he could have converted into a three-point play. Had a really good look at the basket, and one that he really could have used.
Second one from Merrill coming. 44-26. And it's good. So Merrill shows he can
Nice touch
hit
for the
from
big
the
man.
line. 8 points for Jaden Merrill. Millville going to take a quick timeout. 44-27 with 2:19 left to play here. It's a full timeout. We'll take it with them here on BFA Sports.
We live in a community that cares. We make sure everyone eats, everyone plays, everyone stays warm, and everyone is protected. We support our youth in organizations that teach the value of community and self-worth. We make strides against breast cancer every day. Together, in this community, we make a difference. RK Chevrolet, RK Kia, and RK Subaru, proudly serving our community since 1982.
Premier Orthopedic Associates with 8 locations now to serve you throughout South Jersey. Dr. Dwyer and the team will help get you off the bench and back into the game. From discovery to recovery, make the Premier call 856-691-1616 for the VIP treatment, or check them out at poasnj.com.
44-27 our score here. Third quarter, all EHT. Got down to 10 at halftime. Millville just kind of hanging around, but EHT re-pushed the lead back up. It's been as high as 18. It sits at 44-27. Millville, the 14th seed, taking on the 3rd seeded EHT Eagles.
Yeah, this was a 10-point game at the half. You felt the way that the Thunderbolts closed out half number 1. They might be climbing their way back into it, but credit to the Eagles. Their offense continuing to flex and push this lead, now 17.
Millville showing pressure out of the timeout, and EHT quickly crosses the timeline, beats it with ease. Millville in a man-to-man.
Sophomore Jake Karp back into the game, closed out half number 1 with a 3-ball for the Eagles.
DJ Gurman takes it right to the hoop for 2. He's got 10 double figures, and they're up by 19. Merrill turns and faces. Puts it on the floor. Merrill layup. Merrill's in double figures with 10.
Merrill making a name for himself in this one, putting South Jersey basketball fans on notice.
46-29, kick out, thought about a 3, into the corner. Jay Nelly, and he gets a deuce. Actually, it's Wilkins. Wilkins has 6. Back to 19, 48-29.
Andover Township as 2 substitutes at the scorer's table.
Merrill gives up the dribble. Ford, ball fake. Ford blocked away. And it's off of Ford's leg and out of bounds. It'll go back to EHT. So now the defensive heat getting turned up as EHT, active hands. Karp takes a seat. And here comes Rando and Dixon back into the game. Baseball pass. DJ. Layup. 12 points for DJ.
That's good court vision, but for Thunderbolt fans, that just can't happen. Cannot let them get deeper than the deepest man.
50-29. 3-ball. Off the mark. Off the top of the backboard. Merrill with the putback. And Merrill with 12. Back to 19. 50-31. Elliott. Wilkins is fouled. Elliott with the baseball pass. Elliott tried to catch it and spin. He spun right into a Millville player.
Going back to Jaden Merrill, 8 points in this third quarter. Mike, he's really tried to do all he can to put Millville on his back and keep him in the game, but no matter how hard they try, Egg Harbor Township just continues to answer the bell.
50-31. 30 seconds left to play in the third. EHT led 31-18 at half. They now lead 50-31. Gurman between the circles, looking for 1. Man-to-man defense by the Thunderbolts. 13 seconds left to play in the third. Here comes the screen from Rando. To the right of the lane, DJ all the way to the basket, streaking his way there, and he's fouled with 4.9 left to go in this third quarter. And EHT will inbound underneath the basket. 4th team foul on Millville. The second foul on Kevin Rivera. 4.9, one shot for EHT. Elliott will be the trigger man. Out to Dixon. Dixon looking for some help. Dixon's going to throw it up. Dixon is short, and that'll do it for the end of the third quarter. EHT by 19. Final stanza coming up next on BFA Sports. Start of the fourth quarter, 50-31, and the NJSIAA playoffs are underway tonight. Actually, yesterday got started. Ocean City with an upset win. They'll be moving on. Mainland a winner as well. So we've already got some local teams advancing. This is the Group 4 playoffs, which start tonight.
Did you catch that 11 a.m. game?
Not really. The 11 a.m. start for a playoff is a little
tough for the parents.
Yeah, man.
The working
I
family.
was working yesterday.
Of course, you can catch Mike on the Sports Bash, 97.3 ESPN, 2P to 6P, Monday through Friday.
Live action, start of the fourth. Millville, dressed in blue, trailing by 19. Streaking to the basket, Ford, and Carp gets called for the foul.
Good defense by Carp. Right in the hip pocket, but give credit as Ford took it to the rack, and Carp gets charged with a foul. Carp's first, team's fourth.
Millville outscored 19-13 in the third. They were outscored 11-9 in the second and 20-11 in the first. It's been all EHT, although Millville cut the lead to 10 at one point. Free throw, no good. We've got a jump ball situation.
It's a first jump ball we've actually heard called the whole game.
That's right. Let's stay with Millville. Actually, no, it's going to go to EHT. Rando. Carp. Bounce pass to Elliott.
Good fundamental basketball by Egg Harbor Township. Broke the press with ease and now set up in their half-court offense.
1 of 2 from the line for Ford to start things off to make it 50-32. Janelli Reyes, layup too strong. Ford in transition. Ford to the middle of the lane. Ford with a layup. So Raekwon Ford trying to get some energy for the Millville offense near steal. Put a little trap on. Here comes Elliott streaking down the middle lane. Left-hand shot blocked away, but a foul whistled. And it looks like they're going to get into the game for Millville. Terrence Todd, a senior, called for the foul.
It's going to be Rivera's third foul called.
Oh, they got Rivera. All right. Because Terrence Todd was saying, I didn't do anything. Evidently he didn't. First free throw is good. Keon Elliott has 2 triples and 2 free throws for 8 points. And a couple of wholesale changes now for Millville. 3 in, 3 out for the Thunderbolts. They trail 51-34 with 7 minutes left to go, potentially in their season. Second free throw is good. Elliott's got 9. Ford leaves it for Merrill. It was tipped away by Rando. It looks like he kicked it.
Kick save and a beauty.
Carp out. Gurman back for EHT. They lead by 18 with 6:57 to play.
So Carp, the only underclassman for Edgewood Township that gets meaningful minutes. Says a lot about the way that he's developed as a player. And there's a big block.
Reyes, coast to coast, the layup. J. Nelly Reyes having a big game. He's got 23, a block, and a deuce near steal. 3-on-1. Layup too strong. Tipped out by Merrill. Taken down by the Eagles. Leak and a walk. Say leaves it for J. Nelly Reyes, but looked like he shuffled his feet and trying to decide what he wanted to do.
Yeah, well, the Euro step grows in popularity in basketball these days, but that one doesn't qualify.
Dante Smith crosses the timeline. Ford. Too strong. Blocked away, but a foul.
Yeah,
So right now we got a lot of up and down going.
Yeah, Millville's going to go back and look at the tape of this game and just realize that there was a lot of opportunities in transition, a lot of basketball where they were real close to the bucket and just couldn't convert when the bunnies were there.
20-point lead, the biggest of the night for EHT. EHT gets Justin Mora Jr. popping off the bench. Mora's a junior. Dixon's a sophomore. He's got some minutes. Carp is also a sophomore. C.J. Ford is a sophomore. He's got some minutes this year. Merrill makes the free throw, his second one. He's got 13.
It's a fourth foul on Rando.
Had a good look at a three, but decide, you know what? 19-point lead. Let's kill some clock. 54-35. Coming up on 6 minutes to play in the game. EHT trying to hold on and a foul, reach around from Raekwon Ford. They got a bunch of underclassmen on the bench who have been watching this senior group, but this has been all seniors virtually for EHT. Not only tonight, this season. It has been a great group. They were the #1 seed in the Cal tournament last year. They won the Cal tournament this year. Layup, short. Tipped out of bounds, it'll go to Millville.
You know, I mentioned earlier in the broadcast about that Michigan Fab Five flavor. I mean, albeit these are all seniors, but Mike, it just doesn't really seem to matter who it is or whose night it is. It's selfless basketball at its best. These guys root each other on. They look for the open man, and they take what the defense gives them.
And they got a steal. Still pressuring, and loses the handle. EHT up 19 and not give it in here. You know, they had that game at the Sequel where they did not play well. And Campbell left his starters out there, and he said, you know, we had to keep playing hard. I had to tell my team, even though we didn't play well and we were down, I got to show them that you got to play hard to the end. And you see it right now that they are not letting up with 5:48 left to go.
Yeah, and they've made a run right through the Cape Atlantic League tournament, and none of those teams were anything to basically sneeze at. I mean, you take down teams like Holy Spirit, Mainland, Atlantic City, St. Augustine. That kind of just shows you the progression this team has made as a whole.
Ford, streaking Smith, layup. So Smith is trying to keep them around. 14 for Smith. He has had a night. 54-37. Yeah, that win over Mainland, you wonder, okay, are they going to have a letdown after beating Mainland, who has essentially, you know, beat them last year in the tournament, won the Cape Atlantic League last year. EHT beats them and then has to play St. Augustine a three.
Crowd favorite as Justin Moore knocks down the trifecta to get in the scoring column.
So Moore with the triple. And you beat Mainland, and you wonder, you're going to have a letdown. You got to play St. Augustine, and they have a thrilling win over them. So you can see this team has learned from last year and learned from a couple of their losses this year. And this is a team right now up 20 with 5:02 left to play that is determined to make a deep run.
Mainland a top seed in Group 3. So, I mean, these guys have taken down some serious competition.
Outlet, poked away. Still on the floor, and J. Nelly Reyes runs it down.
Shout out to the folks working the concession stand at Egg Harbor Township, is we got the delivery of hot dogs to the announcing table.
Blocked by Merrill. And Ford is bumped and fouled.
Coach Cam Bell emphatically continuing to coach, as you had mentioned. Got to finish strong, questioning some of the decisions there by his team, trying to take the ball to the rack right there.
Always teaching, man. Always teaching. Up 20 and says, why? Why are we doing that up 20? 22. Ford at the line. Raekwon Ford connects his 4th point. 57-38. Ford's second shot is good. Outlet pass. Gurman gets it to go. Tough shot. 14 for DJ, the senior. Back up to 20.
And on the flip side of things with Millville, Coach Latour also just focusing on having his team continue to battle, continue to take the ball hard to the rack, and some very inspirational performances on their end.
Outlet pass and a layup for DJ. He's got 16 all of a sudden. So EHT starting to really pull away. Largest lead of the night, 61-39. Smith, stolen away. Gurman up the sideline, streaking down the middle. Layup, 18 for DJ. 63-39, all EHT. And Mike Latour going to take a timeout with 3:39 left to play here in this one. 63-39, all EHT here on BFA Sports.
When it comes to taking care of your physical wellness, maintaining good health of your bones and muscles, you want a team of doctors you can trust and who hold themselves to the highest standards. At Premier Orthopedic Associates, we believe that you should live life at your best. Our team of non-operative and operative orthopedic specialists strive for the highest standards, exceptional outcomes, and happiest patients. Come and experience the Premier difference.
We live in a community that cares. We make sure everyone eats, everyone plays, everyone stays warm, and everyone is protected. We support our youth in organizations that teach the value of community and self-worth. We make strides against breast cancer every day. Together, in this community, we make a difference. RK Chevrolet, RK Kia, and RK Subaru, proudly serving our community since 1982.
3:39 left to play, 63-39 out of the timeout. Millville with the ball. EHT just pulling away here in this 4th quarter. They've had control of this game for most of the night. Carp with a steal.
The Egg Harbor Township student section starting to call for some of their favorite players off the bench to make appearances.
And a foul will send Dante Smith to the line.
It's going to be the second foul charge to Justin Moore.
Smith makes the first free throw. He's had a good game with 15. And Jay Nelly Reyes is going to come off the floor with 23 points to lead all scorers in the game. Second free throw, no good. Taken down by Wilkins. 63-40, coming up on 3 minutes to play. And we got a foul on Smith. So 3:17 remaining. 63-40 EHT. It's like Merrill is asking for a sub right now. He has played essentially the whole night. He's had a good game with 13 points for Millville. And here comes Terrence Todd for Merrill. And here comes Ford making his first appearance of the night for EHT, CJ Ford.
And you think about the future of Egg Harbor Township, some really good young players, as you see Ford clearly with phenomenal pedigree in the basketball landscape of things. Both he and Karp going to be guys as sophomores that Coach Bell is going to lean on going forward on this very senior-laden team.
Yeah, Justin Moore's a junior. Dixon's a sophomore. Karp's a sophomore. Ford's a sophomore. So those guys have gotten a lot of appearances, not a lot of minutes, but they have gotten some varsity flavor. Wilkins makes the free throw. He's got 7.
Student section, you can see, Mike, they're riled up. They're getting on Coach Campbell. They must have a few favorites they want to see make a cameo in this.
Second free throw is good. And there's Jay Salisbury getting a run. And that'll do it for Jameel Wilkins as Salisbury enters the game. Wearing number 5. Takes it to the basket. No good. Todd. And Todd gets in the book. Terrence Todd with a first deuce for Millville. Karp spins, loses the handle. Steal. Taking it coast to coast to Smith and a layup.
You know, 2 Cape Atlantic League teams here in this playoff contest, but you got to be pretty prideful as a Cape Atlantic League fan to see just how many teams are in the state playoffs this year.
Salisbury's 3, too strong. Rebound Moore and a putback. So Justin Moore. The free ball short.
The big man Noah Holiday, the junior forward at 6'3", getting ready to check in, and Egg Harbor Township student section starting the old "Start the Buses" chant.
67-44, pretty academic up to this point right now. EHC has just dominated for the most part. There was a little run from Millville. They cut it. Salisbury's 3, in and out. And Holiday rips it away. Dixon for 3, off the mark.
Holiday, a fan favorite. They came to life when he touched the basketball.
Out of bounds off of an EHT player. Yeah, Millville cut it to 10 at half, and it seemed like they were figuring out and got their feet under them, and then it was a 19-13 third quarter that kind of helped EHT reestablish that lead, and they pulled away here in this fourth quarter.
Nate Adams, number 10, checks in for Millville, out, as does number 4, Doug Daugherty.
Smith spins, shot good, and Smith 19 for Millville.
Smith certainly getting his money worth, not stopping, not hesitating to continue to try to create opportunities and points.
Holiday with the assist from Dixon, 69-46. 3 ball. Smith off the mark, rebound Salisbury. So EHT, Karp loses the handle, he picks it back up.
It's almost like he hit a wet spot on the floor, it looked like. Oh, downtown 3. That one's long. Couldn't get it connect, was Jaden Dixon.
So under a minute to go, 3 ball, no good. Rebound Salisbury. Karp gonna hold it and pull it out in a foul. So Adams gonna get whistled for the foul, and Millville gonna end their season at 14-11. EHT is set to improve to 24-5. They'll play Thursday night in the second round right here in EHT. They can get home games all the way through until the end. Karp's free throw no good. And the rebound taken out by Adams. Adams, coast-to-coast layup. So Adams gets in the book. He's got a deuce, 69-48, and a foul.
For the Millville fans, a memorable run in 22-23. They started out the season hot. Talked about a 13-4 start, but that second half, 1-6, kind of backed into these playoffs, and looks like a first-round exit, but a lot to be proud of if you're a Thunderbolt fan, and pretty excited about what the future holds, as you got quite the roster that's going to be left as they move forward in 23.
First free throw, no good. Getting a run here is Keshawn Jones, a junior. And also Ronald Sutton into the game for Millville. Free throw's no good. Knocked out of bounds by Ford. It'll go to Millville. 69-48. And obviously you've got Millville, who will end their season at 14-11, and it looks like EHT has their opponent.
And ACIT defeats Cherokee in an upset special, 11 over the 6 seed, 52-48. That game will be right back here at 6 p.m. on Thursday, and hopefully by then we can solve the internet connectivity issues here in the gym of Egg Harbor Township.
That'll pretty much do it as Salisbury dribbles it out to Karp, and EHT will face ACIT on Thursday night here in Egg Harbor Township. They win it 69-48 over Millville. EHT is 24-5. Millville falls to 14-11. We'll wrap things up right now here. And hopefully Thursday night, ACIT, EHT, a couple of Cape Atlantic League teams in round number 2 on BFA Sports. Have a great night, everybody.